Today on CCX News, election season heats up. We look at one local race that is sure to receive national attention. The race for U.S. House in Minnesota's 3rd Congressional District continues to draw new candidates to the race. That district includes cities like Plymouth, Maple Grove, and Brooklyn Park. As Delaney Cleveland reports, 7 people have already announced their candidacy.
That's why I ran for Congress.
Since 2019, Minnesota's 3rd Congressional District has been occupied by Dean Phillips. But last November,
I'm Dean Phillips, and I'm running for President of the United States of America.
Phillips announced he wouldn't seek re-election in order to make a run for president.
He's been a surprising person for the last year or so.
Hamlin political science professor David Schultz says that move essentially alienated Phillips from the rest of his party.
With his criticisms of Biden, Governor Walz, Klobuchar, and so forth, it would be very, very difficult, if nearly impossible, I would say at this point, if he decided to come back and run for a seat. But that's not going to happen.
As a result, that district now has a slew of candidates vying to take his place. On the Democratic side, there's Democratic National Committee member Ron Harris and current state senator Kelly Morrison. On the Republican side, former Hennepin County Commissioner and state legislator Tad Jude is joined by Blaze Hardy, Brad Kohler, Jamie Page, and Quentin Whitrock.
I think there's so many people vying for it because the fact is it is an open seat, and an open seat in the House of Representatives is an incredible rarity.
Currently, the Republicans have a 6-seat majority in the U.S. House, and according to Schultz, Dean Phillips' seat is one of only 30 nationwide that are truly in play, which means it will get significant national attention.
And I'll go out on a limb. I'm going to suspect we're going to see $25 to $30 million, if not more, spent between the political parties, the candidates, and outside groups to try to win this seat.
For one of the candidates to win what's now considered a swing district, Schultz says it will likely come down to issues like abortion, immigration, and the economy.
Finding where the center is and where the center is on these issues is going to be key to a victory for any of these candidates.
Delaney Cleveland, CCX News.
Brooklyn Park and Maple Grove police worked together to arrest 2 suspects accused of fleeing police. Brooklyn Park police were initially called to the area of 73rd and Boone Avenues late Monday night. They were asked to assist Maple Grove police in stopping a vehicle that fled officers. An ensuing 911 call led police to residential backyards nearby. With the help of a drone, police located and arrested 2 suspects. Police also recovered a handgun and a substantial quantity of narcotics. Charges in the case were pending Tuesday afternoon. The Brooklyn Park Police Department is developing a new strategy to reduce youth violence. Chief Mark Bruley told the City Council this week that he's planning to pilot a violence intervention unit within the police department. The unit would provide street outreach support and resources for at-risk youth. Bruley says that, as part of the police department, the new unit would have better intel than traditional street outreach teams. But he also acknowledged police will need to build new relationships and trust with the community.
There is a group of people that believe that only the work of intervention can be done by community members and cannot be connected to the police because the police inherently suggest there's mistrust or trust that there's bad intent. That is certainly something that I believe we can overcome.
The city requested a nearly $3 million grant to start the new unit, but only received about $325,000. Bruley expects to request additional funds from grants and the City Council. The city of Osseo approved this week the hire of a new police officer. Kevin Palomata comes to Osseo from the Minneapolis Police Department. Palomata is also a U.S. Navy veteran. With 2 other recent police officer hires, the department's strength now stands at 10. Meanwhile, the Osseo City Council approved an updated resolution seeking state bond funds from this year's legislative session. The city is seeking $1.6 million in state bonding dollars to complete design plans for a new city hall and public safety building for police and firefighters. Additionally, the city is seeking bond funds to help pay for Central Avenue streetscape improvements. According to the city's engineer, the pavers have deteriorated significantly between 1st and 4th Streets. The city would replace them with concrete pavement. Some Osseo area schools' first graders are learning the power of compassion toward pets. I share how the Animal Humane Society and a local business owner are teaming up to make that mission possible.
So I have a question for you. How do humans communicate with each other?
Talking.
Talking, that's a big one.
We learn from an early age. Communication is key.
What part of animals' bodies do they use to tell us how they're feeling?
At Weaver Lake Elementary, first graders are learning how to communicate
Tails might tell us how an animal's feeling.
with their pets.
Look at that tongue, though. That is one relaxed, long tongue.
We're just talking about something really important, which is learning to understand what our animals and pets are communicating to us.
So I have Ming. This is the mom.
The Animal Humane Society brought a few of its furry friends and shared a presentation on animal body language.
Are these doggies feeling comfortable or uncomfortable?
Humane Education Manager Rachel DeShiel says AHS runs these classes in-house and on-site.
He's just eating hay. He eats hay all day long.
For all ages.
I think it kind of builds that foundation for just animal advocates, animal lovers, and people share what they know with their friends.
What is that cat feeling? Yeah, you guys are getting to be pros at this. I'm very proud of you.
Weaver Lake's participation is thanks to parent Reggie Carter.
Learning compassion for animals, I think, translates to having compassion for people and other things throughout your life.
He runs Must Be Rough Foundation, which is working to teach kids a love for pets.
How is this dog feeling?
There's something to be said about that love.
People's animals and pets are members of their family, and I can just see the effects on how people turn out when they have that component. It was something that I wish I would have had, and so I decided to do something about it.
Comfortable, right? Because he's engaging and playing with us.
And now, thanks to Carter, Weaver Lake is the first school to benefit.
You want to pet from his head to his tail.
And the kids are learning quickly.
Thank you for petting him. He likes that a lot.
Carter wants to bring the classes to more kids in the area. We'll have details on how you can help at ccxmedia.org.